So 10 months ago, we uploaded our very first video on this channel, and I could have never imagined that 10 months later, this channel would not only get over 200,000 subscribers, but 73,400 of my subscribers love my content so much that they have my notifications on for this channel. That's 36.3%. Now, 29% of you guys, 58,500 of you guys love my content so much, they even have desktop notifications turned on just to make sure you never miss my uploads. From the bottom of my heart, man, that means the world to me. Last year when I created this channel, I felt like my content wouldn't be complete unless if I had an outlet to make both basketball content and football content. A year later, we are officially at 200,000 subscribers. Even more so, two of you guys want to support me so badly that you have become members of this channel. Shout out to Nate Lang and Pepe the Gamer for becoming Mike Mafia members on this channel. So to celebrate 200,000 subscribers, I have a very special treat for you all. You see, on my basketball channel 4 years ago, I actually uploaded by far my best piece of content that kind of started me off on the right path in terms of content creation. This video came out back when what ifs were a big deal in the NBA, and I decided to try a NFL what if. And I think you guys would love to see not only this beautiful piece of content I created 4 years ago, which was way ahead of its time, but in addition to that, you'll have the opportunity to see how I grew as a creator. So if you guys want to see more content like this or more what ifs like this, feel free to suggest what if scenarios in the comment section down below. And from the bottom of my heart, guys, thank you for 200,000 subscribers. Break! The year is 2000. Bill Parcells has just stepped down as head coach of the New York Jets. He leaves behind his assistant coach, Bill Belichick, who accepted his role as head coach of the Jets on January 3rd, 2000, only to write on a napkin a day later that he resigns as head coach of the Jets.
Due to the various uncertainties surrounding my position as it relates to the team's new ownership, I've decided to resign as the head coach of the New York Jets.
2 weeks later, Bill Belichick accepts a position with the New England Patriots, a team that had just fired Pete Carroll after an 8-8 season. The New York Jets would receive compensation in the form of draft picks for his departure. At the time, Bill Belichick was taking over a team that has not won a single Super Bowl, but had 1993 #1 overall pick Drew Bledsoe, who had led the Patriots to an AFC East title in 1997. That year, the New England Patriots also drafted Tom Brady with the 199th pick in the 2000 NFL Draft. In Belichick's first year as head coach, the New England Patriots regressed to a 5-11 record. Drew Bledsoe was signed to a record 10-year, $103 million contract despite an average season. The New England Patriots seemed motivated in the 2001 season, but in spite of that, they would still fall to the Cincinnati Bengals in Week 1 after Drew Bledsoe would fail to complete a pass in the final 2 minutes of regulation, losing to Cincinnati 23-17. Week 2 would change 2 NFL careers forever, as Drew Bledsoe got hit by Mo Lewis so hard that he would puncture his lung before having Tom Brady take the reins for that season and would lead the Patriots to a Super Bowl. But what if Drew Bledsoe never got injured? What if Tom Brady never got the opportunity to take the Patriots to the promised land to begin with? People suggest that Drew Bledsoe would still have been the man to take the New England Patriots all the way to the Super Bowl, but his statistics just don't agree with that. Entering the 2001 season, Drew Bledsoe ranked 19th out of all quarterbacks for total passer rating, trading quarterbacks like Rob Johnson, Gus Frerotte, and Steve Berline. Do you guys know who they are? Me neither! Bledsoe had a completion percentage of just 58.8% and threw 17 touchdowns to 13 interceptions in 2000 and 19 touchdowns to 21 interceptions in 1999. Now I know what you guys might be thinking. Why on earth would the New England Patriots sign Drew Bledsoe to a record 10-year, $103 million contract if he's just posting average seasons? Because in 1996 and 1997, Drew Bledsoe was absolutely awesome. Bledsoe only threw 15 interceptions in both seasons and threw 27 touchdowns in 1996 and 28 touchdowns in 1997. Bill Belichick saw this downward trend in Bledsoe's game and assumed his best years were behind him. In fact, there were already rumors that Belichick favored Tom Brady over Drew Bledsoe as early as 2001 Patriots training camp. With Drew Bledsoe's low completion percentage, the New England Patriots do not get any offensive momentum. That combined with his ability to turn the ball over easily, the New England Patriots go 7-9 in the 2001 season, which means the tuck rule game never happened. And the Oakland Raiders ride Charles Woodson, Tim Brown, Jerry Rice, and Rich Gannon all the way to the Super Bowl, which becomes one of the most electric offensive Super Bowls in NFL history, in which the Raiders pull off a narrow 35-32 victory, which means John Gruden never gets traded to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Oakland Raiders become a powerhouse underneath John Gruden. That offseason, the New England Patriots find it difficult to improve due to their commitment to Drew Bledsoe, which obviously means Bledsoe never gets traded to the Buffalo Bills, and the New England Patriots stagnate the entire offseason. Bledsoe's decline leads the Patriots to a 2-4 start as tensions arise between Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick over who the team's starting QB should be. Robert Kraft favored Drew Bledsoe due to his contract, and Belichick favored Tom Brady due to him being on the hot seat. Both quarterbacks start games down the stretch, and the Patriots go 6-10. Tom Brady never succeeds due to the immense pressure of turning around the franchise, and Bill Belichick gets fired at the end of the season. Robert Kraft decides to hire Lovie Smith to help bring Foxborough its first Super Bowl. With a little market for Bill Belichick, who is now known as a flop at head coaching, Belichick takes the job as the defensive coordinator with the Dallas Cowboys, who is being coached by his former mentor, Bill Parcells. The Parcells-Belichick duo dominates the NFL, leading the Dallas Cowboys to their first playoff berth since Troy Aikman's departure. They were able to accomplish this in spite of starting Quincy Carter at the quarterback position before losing in the first round to Jake Delhomme and the Carolina Panthers. Belichick and Parcells knew that Carter is not the long-term answer and searched for a new quarterback. Due to the Cowboys not being able to select a QB in the draft until the late first round, and with the 2003 quarterback class being relatively weak, Belichick decides to take a low-risk, high-reward chance on a player he liked during his time in New England, Tom Brady. The controversy continued in New England for the 2003 season. Lovie Smith continued starting both Bledsoe and Brady due to Robert Kraft's love for Drew Bledsoe. Kraft begins negotiating a trade for Brady before Lovie Smith convinces Robert Kraft to give Brady a full season. Drew Bledsoe gets dealt to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and is a complete flop after a season. Drew Bledsoe would retire at the end of that season. Dallas, having no options at the quarterback position, would turn to Vinny Testaverde, which would lead to the Cowboys to a 6-10 record that season. Cowboy fans begin clamoring for undrafted Eastern Illinois product Tony Romo. Meanwhile, Tom Brady continues to struggle due to his lack of weapons, shaky confidence, and years of inconsistency in the front office with his playing time. That, combined with Lovie Smith's conservative football philosophy, leads the Patriots to a 7-9 record. Tom Brady never will develop into an elite quarterback due to this. In order to resolve their quarterback issues, the New England Patriots are aggressive in the 2004 draft, trading up to select Ben Roethlisberger, whom the Patriots decide to bring along slowly, which means Ben Roethlisberger never gets drafted by the Steelers and never leads them to 3 Super Bowls. Meanwhile, in Dallas, Tony Romo shows tons of promise, Parcells and Belichick mold Tony Romo into one of the NFL's best quarterbacks, and the Dallas Cowboys win Super Bowl 40. Bill Parcells retires at the end of the season and hands the keys to the Dallas Cowboys to Bill Belichick, who still has yet to prove himself, but is considered as one of the greatest minds in football. So to recap, one, Tom Brady, who's considered to be one of the greatest, if not the greatest quarterback of our generation, never even gets over the hump to be considered above average. The Steelers dynasty never exists because they never get to draft Ben Roethlisberger, and Bill Belichick, who's considered one of the greatest coaches of all time, never even wins a Super Bowl. And this is all because of one hit on Drew Bledsoe. And guys, be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. This took me like 13 hours to edit. And most importantly, guys, let me know in the comment section down below what video you guys want to see next. Besides that, man, I hope you enjoy my brand new series. I'm your boy, The Flight Mike, and I'm signing out, baby.
Man, I can't believe this. My first time with a teacher. Oh man, this is gonna be great.